All right, pop quiz, open book. What do these two plays have in common? That's number one. And here's number two. And the answer is not, they both sucked. Of course they do. It's a terrible team. Their mascot is a piece of cheese. Anyway, the answer is that they're the same play because the Packers only run one play when they're passing deep against the Bears. And not even just one play. We're talking one route from one position, from one alignment. What do I mean? Well, hey, here is the Packers on the right hash. That means the far side of the field is over on the left. Here is the wide receiver. Here's a tackle. Slot receiver right here. Here's our slot receiver, slot position. The slot receiver is going to run a post. Post route, what's that? That is a vertical stem of 15-ish yards and then cut in towards the post. Hey, vertical stem, post, run towards the post. Post route. How fun is that? So let's watch the slot receiver run a post route. And I know what you're thinking. It's like, wait, hold on. Yes, these look similar, but they're not just going to do the exact same thing again, are they? Well, yeah, I mean, kind of. At the end of the day, hey, right hash. This is far side of the field is left. Here's our slot receiver in question. Going to run a 15-yard cut in for the post. Oh, my God. Can't overstate enough how much it's just... That is what the Bears had to deal with in the deep passing game. The Packers did kind of just that and only that. So let's think over here. All right, so on the left hash, so I'm seeing to the right is the wide side of the field. And you're like, wait, hold on. Instead of a slot receiver, they have two. Their pass catchers here are two tight ends. What am I supposed to do with this information? How are they going to change it up? And the answer is they're not. They're still just going to run a vertical route from that receiver on the inside, turn it into a post. Vertical stem, cut in. I cannot overstress how much they only do that. All right, so let's think about this one. We're on the right side of the hash here. So left side is the far side. Here's the wide receiver. Got tackle. So here's our slot receiver. Who would guess that they'd take a vertical stem then cut in? Anybody think they're going to do that? Sometimes you're like, well, how do they change it up? Well, how do they switch from a vertical stem cutting in? What do they do differently? They can't always just do that. And the answer is no, they pretty much do. Sometimes they just make it, gradual as opposed to a hard cut. So here it is. Instead of post, it's kind of a deep in. Oh, look at that. Oh, my gosh. He gradually went across instead of the hard cut. Groundbreaking. Let's think about this over here. Like, hold on. Okay, so here is the wide side of the field, but we don't only have a slot receiver. If anything, this is a slot receiver. What do we do? I don't understand. And the answer is, hey, don't worry. They're going to make him the slot receiver. Run over. He's going to go out wide. Okay, wait a minute. But that guy was a slot receiver. But now this guy, I know the slot receiver runs a vertical stem and then cuts in. Whoosh, whoosh. Which one of these is going to do that? I don't understand. And the answer is they're both. I swear to God, they're both going to do it because that's what they do. If you were a slot receiver at any point in your life, you're going to run a vertical stem and cut in. That's all we have. And that's what the deep passing game is. And it sucks. I cannot overstate how much it sucks. And did you notice that incompletion there? It's because Jordan Love can only throw that route on deep passing concepts. If it's not there, he loses his mind. All right, let's see this. Left hash, far side of the field, slot receiver. What do you think? Does anybody think he's going to do a vertical stem about 15 yards and cut in? Does anyone think that's going to happen? Open book here. Oh my gosh, but wait, Jordan's like, hold on. Oh, hold everything, because the Bears thought that might be a possibility. And what did we do? Well, we have these two deep safeties here, but wait a minute. This looks like the old Lovie Smith Bears. Yes, it is. This is a Tampa 2 defense. So this guy's going to go into that Tampa hole there, and the post route is going to be covered from the snap. It's just this play is designed to take that away. And what does Jordan Love do when the Bears, they don't fake anything? There's no hidden coverage here. They just run an honest-to-God Tampa 2, take away the post. And the answer, again, I cannot stress that Jordan Love loses his mind. Here he is bailing out of a clean pocket. Yeah, really, I mean, try to find try to find what pressure he was running away from. And the spoiler is that there's none. He just, no post route there, loses his mind, runs away, flails around, chucks it down the sideline, misses by about 5 yards. Yep. Because again, deep passing against the Bears, it really just is that one thing. All right, let's go back here. I know at this point you're like, oh, I'm starting to get this now. So if you're on this hash, this is the far side between the tackle and the wide receiver. Here's our slot receiver. I get what's going on. If you're Dennis Allen listening to this, I mean, if I know you are, huge fan of the Bear the Fans podcast, I've heard. You know that you just got to defend the slot post, and that is the entirety of the Packers' deep shot against the Bears. That's the only thing they completed deep against the Bears. So here, and you might be thinking like, well, we had that Tampa look. That doesn't just break Jordan Love, right? He doesn't just become an idiot when we have a Tampa 2 against that slot post. And you tell me, because, hey, here is safety number 1, here's safety number 2. This linebacker ends up being the Tampa, just a little whoosh, back into the Tampa. What do you think is going to happen? And when his beloved post route isn't available, he just panics and just chucks it up to the defensive back. One of the dumbest picks you'll ever see in your life. It's a terrible quarterback from a terrible team. Go to hell.